everyone. So today, together with Ms. Buar, we will be discussing the Republic Act 6655, or also known as Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988. So without further ado, let's start with our discussion. Let me define first what is secondary education. Secondary school is the stage of education following primary education. The next stage of education is usually college or university. Secondary education is characterized by transition of primary education for minors to tertiary, post-secondary or higher education for adults. The Republic Act 6655, entitled An Act Establishing and Providing for Free Public Secondary Education and for Other Purposes, was approved by the Congress of the Philippines. RA 6655 is by far the most important reforms since the early 1900s. Before the Republic Act 6655 it became official, on February 2, 1987, the new institution of the Philippines was formally signed to prove its validity. Section 3 of Article 14 of the 1987 Constitution contains the 10 of fundamental aims of education in the Philippines. On the same year, by the value of Executive Order Number 117, the Ministry of Education, Culture and Sports became the Department of Education, Culture and Sports. The structure of DEX as embodied in EO number 117 remained practically unchanged until 1994. May 26, 1988. Congress enacted Republic Act 6655, the Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988, which mandated free public secondary education commencing in the year 1988 to 1989, which made free public secondary education to become a reality. It was approved by President Corazon C. Aquino. Implementation of RA 6655 or Section 4. The system of free public secondary education as provided in this Act shall commence in the school year 1988 to 1989, and that a student enrolled in secondary course offering in national and general comprehensive high schools, state college and universities, specialized high schools, trade, technical, vocational, fisheries, and agricultural schools, and in schools which may be established by law, shall be free from payment of tuition and other school fees, except fees related to membership in the school community such as identification card, student organizations, and publications which may be collected, provided that nothing in this Act shall cause or authorize the reduction or removal of any benefit which the national or local government may have granted to the student, teachers, and other schools personnel of this public high school prior to enactment of this Act. In the country, there are laws, not only the RA 6655, that can help everyone to be educated, but only the Republic Act 6655, popularly known as the Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988, created a system for free education in public high schools. Educational Development Decree of 1972 hereby declared to be the policy of the government to ensure, within the context of a free and democratic system, maximum contribution of the educational system to the attainment of the following national development goals. The first goal is to achieve and maintain an accelerating rate of economic development and social progress. The second goal is to assure the maximum participation of all the people in the attainment and enjoyment of the benefits of such growth. The last goal is to strengthen national consciousness and promote desirable cultural values in a changing world. Section 5. Formulation of a secondary education curriculum. The Department of Education, Culture and Sports shall formulate a secondary education curriculum in order to upgrade its quality, efficiency, and access. In addition to providing the high school students with general skills, knowledge, and values, such as a curriculum must include vocational and technical courses that will give the student gainful employment. As time passed by, Philippine education system undergone a lot of changes. Others said, quality education is just for the people who can afford it. Our educational system today created a social divide, wherein rich people who go private schools, while less fortunate people have no choice. As one Filipino columnist wrote, education has become part of the institutional mechanism that divides the people from rich to poor in our country. Poverty should never be a hindrance of learning. Quality and formal education should be made for accessible to everybody because I believe that having quality education leads to better future, better job, and more opportunities. Education is supposed to be an individual right, after all, and not a privilege. I know government are having plans and actions to support and improve educational system in our country.